G'day, I'm Mark from Tas Off-Road Adventures. In this video, I'm going to be comparing 9 of the best four-wheel drive air compressors on the market. I've got compressors from ARB, TJM, four-wheel drive Supercenter, Bushranger, Supercheap Auto and BCF. Now I just want to say off the bat that there is no sponsorship in this video. There's no favours asked and no favours given. So this is a no holds barred, no bull, four-wheel drive air compressor comparison. Now I'm just going to go through the features of each compressor very briefly. I've started off with these three because they're obviously very similar in design and looks. The four-wheel drive Supercenter Thumper Mark II can commonly be bought off the four-wheel drive Supercenter website for about 94 bucks. Comes with an 8-metre hose with a screw fitting. Comes with a 12-month warranty. Now for those who have watched any of my videos before, you'll know that I've tested this before and during the test it actually died. This is not the same compressor. I've actually had this one replaced under warranty. This is brand new. I've never turned it on before. So just to clarify, not the one that broke down in a previous test. This one here is the Ryder Ultimate from Supercheap Auto. It's 265 bucks in the shop. It can commonly be bought for about 160 when they have their big sales on. Comes with a 6-metre hose, has the same screw fitting, but also too comes with this little adapter that has the spring-loaded clip to go onto the tyre valve. Comes with an 18-month warranty. This one over here is the XTM Jet Air from BCF. It's $135 in the shop at BCF, but if you're a club member you can get it for $93. Doesn't cost anything to be a club member, so pretty much if you join up you'll get this for $93. That's pretty much all the time. Comes with an 18-month warranty. Comes with an 8-metre hose, and also comes with the same little adapter that the Ryder compressor does. Now some of you may know that Supercheap Auto and BCF are actually owned by the same parent company. I have been assured that these compressors are different. They do look different, but they're all a very similar design, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the comparison. Now these are the two smallest compressors that are in the comparison. Over here I have the TJM air compressor. It comes with a 7.5-metre hose with a screw fitting. It comes with a massive 5-year warranty, and the recommended retail price is $175. This compressor here is the Black Max from Bushranger. It comes with a 7.5-metre coiled plastic hose. It comes with a very sturdy lock-on clip onto the tyre valve. This compressor here comes with another 5-year warranty, so very impressive. $250 recommended retail price. Now it also comes with a hard mount kit, so it comes with some bolts, some other bits and pieces, so you can hard mount it into your vehicle if you like. This is the ARB high output air compressor. Clearly comes in this plastic box, which is kind of like a tackle box. All the other compressors apart from the other ARB come in a soft carry case. Comes with a 6-metre hose with a quick release fitting that goes onto the tyre valve. Has a 2-year warranty, and the recommended retail price is $399. Now the compressor also has a very small tank here, very small, and a pressure switch. Here we have the Max Air 3 from Bushranger. This compressor has a 5-year warranty, so another big warranty. Recommended retail price is $350. It comes with a massive 9.5-metre coiled hose. Now this compressor is a little bit different to the rest. It comes with this gun, if you like, which is trigger operated. There's a latch there to hold that on, and a very heavy duty lock-on fitting to go onto the tyre valve. It also comes with a digital tyre gauge built in. Now this compressor also, like the ARB, has a built-in pressure switch, and it does come with a kit so it can be hard mounted. So if you have this compressor or this one, you can mount them to a tank, and because they've got inbuilt pressure switches, you can have onboard air for pumping up tyres or using an air gun or something like that. Now just one other thing with this compressor too is that the base is very impressive. All the other compressors, apart from the ARB, which is in the hard case, have a tray that they sit on, or a base. This one is got a lot of movement. There's a lot of rubber in there. It's rubber on the bottom, aluminium in the middle, and then it's big rubber feet, so I thought that was worth mentioning. Here we have the ARB twin air compressor. You can see here it comes in this very sturdy plastic case, and it comes with an air reservoir and a pressure switch, so you can plug in air operated tools. Now it's very heavy, because it's quite large. Recommended retail price is $899, comes with a 2-year warranty, and as per the other ARB air compressor, full range of spare parts are available. This is the Thumper Max from 4Drive Supercenter. Can obviously be bought off the 4Drive Supercenter website. Depending on what sort of deals they've got going, the price varies a bit, but you should be paying around about $129. Comes with a 12-month warranty. So comes with an 8-metre hose, again with a screw-on fitting for the tyre valve. Now the test conditions for this comparison are 33-inch tyres, 33 by 12.5 by 15 tyres, 4 of, on a 15 by 8 wheel on the Hilux behind me. I'm going to pump up all 4 tyres from 16 psi to 40 psi. Now the times that I'll put up on the video are inflation times only, not how long it takes to unscrew the fitting and walk around to the other tyres. Inflation times only. Now each of the compressors, apart from the ARB air compressors, have some sort of gauge on the hose. Now I don't like those gauges, I don't think they're accurate in my experience, so I'm not going to pay any attention to them at all. I'm going to be, well, start off with, I'm going to be deflating the tyres with the tyre deflator, and all pressure readings will be taken with this ARB air compressor across all 9 compressors. Apart from inflation time, I'm also going to be measuring maximum amp draw, just out of interest's sake, and this will also allow me just to make sure that the voltage on the battery stays fairly stable. I'm going to have the engine idling on the Hilux while I'm doing all tests so the voltage doesn't get down. I'll also be testing the temperature of the hose 150 millimeters from where it joins onto the compressor, just to get an idea of how hot the hoses get. Right, well that's it for the test conditions. I'm going to start testing these compressors one by one and put up each individual tyre and the total tyre inflation time after each test. Right, that's the Thumper Mark II test done. Total time of 9 minutes and 45 seconds for the 4 tyres. Maximum current draw was 43 amp hours, and the highest temperature that the hose got, 150 millimeters away from where it joins, was 68 degrees. That's the Ridge Rider test done. Total time was 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Maximum current draw was 41 amps, and the highest temperature the hose got to was 72 degrees. XTM Jet Air filled the 4 tyres in 10 minutes and 50 seconds, had a maximum current draw of 45 amps, and maximum hose temperature of 78 degrees. Just finished the TJM compressor test, pumped up all 4 tyres in 17 minutes and 5 seconds, maximum amp draw 23 amps, and maximum temperature of the hose was 67 degrees. Black Max by Bushranger, total time 13 minutes 35 seconds, maximum amp draw 21 amps, maximum hose temperature 72 degrees. Bushranger Max Air, total time 12 minutes 55 seconds, highest amp draw 22 amps, highest hose temperature 64 degrees. ARB high output, maximum time 12 minutes 35 seconds, maximum amp draw 25 amps, maximum hose temperature 78 degrees. ARB twin compressor, total time 7 minutes 30 seconds, highest amp draw 68 amps, highest hose temperature 30 degrees. Thumper Max by 4-wheel drive Super Centre, total time 7 minutes 5 seconds, maximum amp draw 83 amps, highest hose temperature 64 degrees. Rightio, that's the test done and dusted. All 9 compressors have been tested, pumped up all 4 33-inch tyres. Happy to say that they all passed. Now I'm going to go through one by one on each compressor and tell you what my thoughts are on it. So, and I'm going to do this from slowest to fastest. The slowest compressor was the TJM compressor. It was 17 minutes and 5 seconds for the 4 33-inch tyres. Now, positives about this compressor is, number one, it's TJM, so it's a good, good quality, well-known brand. It has a 5-year warranty. I think in this test it's probably a little bit, compared to the others, it's a little bit underpowered. So my recommendation for this compressor would be, if you've got a smaller tyres, a smaller 4-wheel drive, it is nice and compact, so it's nowhere near as big as some of the other compressors. So I think if you've got a small 4-wheel drive with smaller tyres, being that this is 5-year warranty, I think that's where this compressor would really shine. The Black Max by Bushranger. Positives are it's a 5-year warranty. Once again, it's by Bushranger, so another good quality, a well-known brand. I really didn't like the hose. I don't like the hose. It's one of those sort of old style plastic coiled hoses. I didn't like it at all. It says it's 7.5 metres, but it's hard to get anywhere near 7.5 metres when you stretch it out. What I did like was this lock-on clip on the end. I thought that was really good, very handy. And another nice little touch is a plastic and rubber coating over the end of the hose, because this is the part that gets really hot. Quite often after you pump up your tyres, you grab hold of that, pull it back, and that's when you can burn your finger. So there's a rubber / plastic cover over the end of that. I thought that was really good. All in all, I thought this compressor performed pretty well. Not as fast as some of the others, but if we go disregarding the TJM and the couple of higher compressors, there was only 4 minutes across the whole range of compressors, so a minute per tyre, it's not the end of the world. So I thought this one performed pretty well. The next compressor is also by Bushranger. It's the Max Air 3. This performed really well, 12 minutes 55 seconds for the 4 tyres. Positives, it's got a 5-year warranty once again. Bushranger again, a well-known quality company for backup. The hose is 9.5 metres long, so coupled with a 2-metre cable, you've got 11.5 metres of distance between the compressor and your tyre. So if you've got a camper trailer or something like that, you won't have to buy anything else. You can pump up the tyres with what it comes with. Now, again, I'm not a massive fan of the coiled hose, but this is heaps better than the yellow plastic one on the Black Max. I actually don't mind this one at all. It's a much more pliable material, and you can stretch it right out. Once again, it has the plastic and / rubber ends over the hose, so you don't burn your fingers. I really like this trigger or gun with a trigger on it. Again, the quality lock that goes on the tie valve works really well, and the gauge seems to work really well. It's not like a dial gauge where it seems to flutter around a lot. It just stays constant, and it was a couple of PSI out from my ARB gauge, so it was pretty close. Because this compressor's got a pressure switch, when you let go of the trigger, the compressor actually stops, which is a handy feature. And as I said at the start, you could hook this up to an air tank. It does come with a kit to mount it permanently in your vehicle, so that could have other uses for you. All in all, I thought this was a really good compressor. I thought it performed really well. Actually, one more thing, the bag. All the compressors come with a bag apart from the ARB compressors, but this bag is sort of a step above the others. It just feels really sturdy, a lot better quality. Probably not that big a deal, but it's worth mentioning. So all in all, I thought the Max Air 3 went pretty well. The next compressor coming in at 12 minutes 35 seconds is the ARB high output. Positives are it's ARB, so it's a really well-known, good quality brand. Once again, comes with a 2-year warranty. I really like the plastic case. I'd much prefer this than the soft bags that the other compressors come in. I really like the orange hose that comes with the ARB compressor as well. It's very pliable, works really well. Negatives are it's $399, so it's getting up there in price. It's not the dearest, but it is, yeah, a fair bit more than what some of the other compressors are. Coming in at 10 minutes and 50 seconds for the 4 tyres is the XTM Jet Air compressor from BCF. Positives are it's quick and it's cheap. The hose is good. It comes with an 8-metre hose. It's got the quick connect fitting on here. Negatives, it's got a 12-month warranty, so nowhere, or some of the other compressors have a 5-year warranty, so certainly down on warranty. But apart from that, I can't fault it. It worked really well. Coming in at 10 minutes 35 seconds is the Ryder Ultimate Air Compressor from Supercheap Auto. Worked really well, it's really quick. Comes with an 18-month warranty, so again, not as long as some others, but more than 12 months. And the fact, like the XTM, you've got a nationwide network for warranty. The hose was fine, it was quick, they're relatively cheap. They do retail for $260. As I said at the start of the video, you can usually get them for about $160, but that still puts it at more than the XTM. So the only real benefit of this over the XTM is the fact that it's got an 18-month warranty as opposed to 12 months. Coming in at 9 minutes 45 seconds is the Thumper Mark II from the 4-wheel drive Supercenter. Positives are it's really cheap and it's really quick. Apart from the big compressors here, it was the quickest compressor on test. It comes with a hose as per the other compressors with this style, and the hose is fine. It doesn't come with a quick connect fitting, but that's probably not that big a deal. Negatives are only comes with a 12-month warranty, and if you do have a warranty issue, you have to send it back. So you've got to log a warranty call. They send you out an authorisation number, or I think you've got to print off a barcode, stick it on the box, and you've got to post it back. It is free post. It happened to me that this is the second one I've had, so it took me about a week and a half to get a new one. So that's a bit of a negative. It'd be kind of nice if you could just walk into a shop and exchange it if you had a warranty issue. And that probably brings me to the next issue is there are warranty issues, or there's a lot of talk about warranty issues with 4-drive Supercenter gear, and in particular the compressors. Look, I've had a warranty issue. Like I said, it was sorted out pretty quickly for me, but there is a lot of talk about how good the 4-wheel drive Supercenter warranty is. I'll leave that to you guys. I'm probably going to cop a little bit of grief about that, but it is something to keep in mind. Coming in at 7 minutes 30 is the ARB twin compressor. Now, actually, a little bit surprised. I actually thought this would be the quickest compressor on test, but it wasn't. It's the second quickest. Positives are it's really quick, and once again, it's an ARB product, which sort of gives you a bit of confidence. Comes with a 2-year warranty. I can't fault the way it works fine. And again, it's got the nice orange hose that I like on the ARB air compressors. Negatives are the cost. It's $899, which is a lot. The other thing is it's quite bulky, it's quite heavy, so I probably wouldn't think that your average 4-wheel driver will use this compressor. You might, but I think this is maybe for more sort of semi-commercial type use. It does have the big air tank there, so it probably can run some other air equipment. but for the average four-wheel driver, this is probably not the compressor you'd go for. And last but certainly not least, the fastest compressor on test is the four-wheel drive Supercenter Thumper Max compressor at 7 minutes and 5 seconds. I'm a little bit surprised. I didn't think that this would be the fastest compressor on test, but it certainly was. Positives are it's really quick and pretty cheap, 129 bucks, so cheaper than most of the other compressors on test. Negatives, once again, just probably the stigma with a four-wheel drive Supercenter with warranty and the quality of the gear. I've had no experience with this compressor, so I can't really comment on that. Obviously I have with the Thumper Mark II, but the fastest compressor on test here today is the Thumper. Now if you're wondering why I'm standing here instead of under the shade like I was in the rest of the video, it's because I'm actually filming this the day after I did the actual testing, and reason being is that I forgot to mention a couple of pretty important tests that I did. One being the hose temperature and the other one being the maximum amp draw of each of the compressors. So I just wanted to go through and discuss those test results. So to start off with the hose test, the hose temperature test, look, to be honest, I didn't get much out of that test. Apart one compressor aside, the temperatures ranged from 62 degrees to 78 degrees, which means that the hose gets hot, and just be careful you don't burn yourself on it. Apart from that, I didn't get much out of it, except that the ARB twin compressor, the maximum air hose temperature was only 30 degrees, which is less than half of the next coolest air hose temperature that was on test. So what that tells me is that the ARB twin compressor was not stressed at all, just pumping up 4 33-inch tyres, was no stress for it. I kind of get the impression that that compressor could near run all day, and like I said, the test that we did yesterday is only just part of what it's capable of doing. The other thing I wanted to talk about was amp draw, and each of the compressors can be put into one of three categories. So there were the compressors, the smaller compressors drew somewhere between 20 and 25 amps. Now the alternator and battery in my Hilux could cope with that no problem at all, the voltage stayed above 13 volts pretty easily. The next lot of compressors were around that 40 to 45 amp mark. That put a bit more load on the alternator and battery, but still it was able to maintain high 12 volts into 13 volts. So once again, not a problem there. Now the two highest current drawing compressors were the ARB Twin and the Thumper Max. The ARB Twin drew a max of 68 amps, and that did suck a bit more voltage out of the battery, and the alternator did struggle a little bit. It was getting to sort of around 12 volts was the lowest that I saw it get to, and the Thumper Max draws even more. That was up around the 83 to 84 amp mark, and that was actually drawing the battery voltage down to low 11s. So the lowest I saw was about 11.1, which basically means on those bigger compressors my alternator is struggling to keep up with those. I just thought I would mention that because I haven't mentioned it elsewhere in the video, and it may be a consideration. If you've only got a small battery or small capacity battery and a small alternator, then that might be a factor that comes into it when you're choosing a four-wheel drive air compressor. So I just wanted to tidy up those couple of test results, and right now we're going to go back to yesterday and continue on with my conclusion and final thoughts on all 9 compressors tested. Right, so that's the four-wheel drive air compressor comparison test done and dusted. The fastest compressor, as I said, on test is the four-wheel drive Supercenter Thumper Max. Now I'm not going to crown this compressor the winner of this comparison. In fact, I'm not going to name a winner at all. I'll leave that up to you guys, and I know that's a bit of a cop-out, but each individual has their own needs and criteria. So obviously speed's easy to measure, and the easiest thing to measure, and we can get tied up on that because the fastest compressor versus the slowest compressor, there was a 10-minute difference. So if you're coming off the tracks, off the beach or the tracks, 10 minutes isn't the end of the world, and if we took the TJM out of it, then there's only about 6 or so minutes between the fastest and the second slowest. So, like I said, not the end of the world. Now, other criteria that may come into it when you're deciding on what sort of air compressor to buy might be your budget, might be the size of the tyres you've got, might be how much room you've got in your four-wheel drive. If you don't have much room, you might be looking at one of the smaller compressors. Another thing might be the length of the warranty and the ease of the warranty replacement, spare parts availability. So as you can see, there's lots of criteria that you might be assessing when you go to buy a four-wheel drive air compressor. Now, as I said, I'm not going to name a winner. What I will do is give my honourable mentions, and this is me personally. If money was no object, I would buy the Max Air 3 from Bushranger, simply because it's got the pressure switch, it's got a really long hose, it's got a 5-year warranty, and I really like the gun with a trigger that came with it. If I was on a budget, I'd probably pick the XTM compressor from BCF, because it's cheap as chips, it's fast, it's 93 bucks. It's only got a 12-month warranty, but I know if I have a warranty issue, I can just march back down to the local BCF and get it swapped over or repaired or whatever it might be. So that's this comparison test done and dusted, as I said. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I really enjoyed making it. This is certainly the biggest test that I've done, and it actually took me a long time to do this, to get all these compressors together and to actually film it all. So I hope you really get something out of it. As per usual, thanks very much for watching, and click subscribe and look out for my next YouTube video coming up very soon, hopefully.